Yeah. I know you know how to open a gate. I know you know how. I know. Okay, back up. Psst, psst, psst. Back up. Back up. Watch out. Come here. Lily. I wonder where she's at. There she is. Franklin. Hey, where's your boy? There he is. Taters. Woo! All right, let me get you guys some cubes. Morning, everybody. Chad, Doss Farms. Whew. Let's see how we get Franklin some cubes here. Franklin and taters. Hang on a minute. Look at them. It's so funny now that they can all see each other. What? What? Seriously, what? You want some of these? Hey, not the whole bucket. Stinker. Woo! Is he a little savage? Frankie! Taters! Come here. I didn't forget y'all. Come here. Everybody's been wondering if you guys still get cubes or if you don't because you're exiled. There we go. Taters! What are you doing? Come on. Come on, brother. Man, don't tell me he ain't getting his fair share of hay, though. Yesterday, Uncle Frank kind of did push taters. I should say brother Frank. So I want to make sure he doesn't do that. If he does, we'll just feed him separately. So, come on, buddy. Don't listen to them. You can come up here and eat. Come here. So I know this doesn't look like a grow out pen, but yes it is. It's our grow out pen. It works. This is how it is for now. Got a lot of cleanup to do. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. Trying to see what he does. The cubes go all the way down here. What are they doing? I don't know. Cows are so weird. All right. This is my lovely wife and I's 40 acres in northeast Oklahoma. This is where we keep those that are on the menu and already been weaned. This is where we keep the donkeys. And this is where we keep the bacon. I mean the pet bacon. Don't pet your bacon. No, just kidding. We named our bacon. Her name is Izzy. Izzy Pete. Just look at it. So today we've been here 6 months and 3 weeks. And yesterday, in case you missed the Doss Outdoors video, it was quite a trip. That spigot over there, I'm going to summarize it because you watched the Doss Outdoors video. It's a good little video. I like it. You guys liked it too. It's got a bunch of views. I got a little wordy talking about plumbing, but I don't know how to talk about plumbing without getting wordy. Plumbing is my least favorite thing to do. Even for safety reasons and whatever. Like when you do electrical work and if you flip the black wire and the white wire, I know things can happen, but what I'm saying is if you flip them, but you've taken the proper precautions and turned the breaker off, when you turn the breaker on, it just won't come on. It just won't, so you're safe. When you're dealing with plumbing, yeah, look how dry it is in here now. Oh my goodness, it looks so much better. When you're dealing with plumbing and you go to throw a valve that you just installed, it's like I put this in yesterday, put that in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 or 11 different junctions. And this is the first one. So when you turn the water back on with this one, it's like, oh goodness. And it stops right there and you're like, whew, deep breath, you can do this. We did that because our cows have been drinking filtered water and softened water, which is not what they prefer at all. So I just got a notification somebody's in my well house. I literally hate plumbing so much that once I got done, I put a Wi-Fi camera in there so that I could make sure last night if I woke up at 2 a.m. I could see if anything was leaking. That's how whatever I am about plumbing. What I did was I put a bypass in, and now we've got a spigot that runs all the way to our cows. Believe it or not, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 feet of hose. And no, I'm sorry, there's 300 feet of hose because right now I just cut across the hill. But eventually we'll need to put in 500 feet of line, and we won't cut across the hill because we're going to put a pond in someday. And obviously I don't want to run a water line 2 feet deep and pay for all that. And then have to dig it up and move it. So to keep track of my water line though, when we do it, I'm going to go along the fence line and stay right next to it. So that way we can keep track. I know some people bury copper with it. I've thought about doing Cat 6, but I don't know if Cat 6 is detectable by a metal detector. I don't know if it's got enough copper in it. Regardless, if we stay along the fence lines, that should be easy enough. Anyway, yeah. What a glorious morning, amen? We can give the cows water and all the animals water without having to waste it. Like, let me show you one more time in a well house. Hang on. So I actually had a water softener in the house. Like mom and dad always had one, or if we needed one, we weren't on rural water. And sometimes you still needed one even on rural water. That's a softener. It's got salt in it, like a media. And we were doing 300 or 400 gallons a day through this system, watering our cows. And that's no bueno. You don't want to do that. You go through a lot of salt, you go through a lot of filters, and it just taxes the system more than it's made for. Like literally when you build a house and you got 5 people in it, you say, hey, I'm going to use 100 gallons of water a day. It's not even that much. Or it may be, I don't know. You mathematicians, you can probably tell me. But anyway, it's not 400 gallons a day plus 100 gallons a day inside the house. So we were prematurely going to wear everything out. And you don't want to do that. We did that for about 3 or 4 months. Here's the skinny though. We were told that there was a bypass, but it's not a bypass because it tees back in. So true story, and then I'll about the plumbing, because you can go watch DOS Outdoors and learn everything. The bypass was 60% working. It teed back in at the wrong spot. Like pressure from the pump will keep water from coming back that's not being filtered, but where the tee was in the main line, it wasn't working entirely. So I would say that our cows were getting like 50% hard water, 50% more than they should have, but now they're getting hard water and they love it. No baby donkey yet, but I think Ray and I figured out, my lovely wife, if you're new here, I think she figured out that Lily, our donkey from last year, the baby, was born at the end of July. And if she was born at the end of July, and a full heat for a donkey is within about 14 days to 4 weeks, and donkeys are pregnant 11 to 14 months, it could technically be another month before she's due. Now she's huge, so I don't see her going another month, but mathematically she's in her last month and a half. I know it sounds like a long ways off, but just simple math, she could be as late as a month and a half from now, or as farther on. It could be another month and a half is what I'm trying to say. But I don't think it is, because I've literally seen the baby kick and she's already got a bag, and donkeys don't have huge bags. As far as the other new baby on the farm, let's go see. I don't know. I haven't checked this morning. this recently has been cleared for fencing, and once we get the fencing done, it'll add 15.2 acres, giving us a total of 35 acres worth of 34 and a half acres worth of grazing area. And that's pretty stinking good, because we had 17 head of cattle. We moved 2 of them to a grow out pen where they can live on hay and grain. And here in about a month, that's all they're gonna have anyway, because everything's gonna die. And then we took CJ, one of our steers, to the processor. So that leaves us with 14, but 4 of those are 6 months and under. Like literally MJ is 6 months old, like here in a March, yeah. MJ is almost 6 months old. So we've got 10 head of full-grown cattle that need that huge diet. Lots to forage on, lots to eat. So that's why they go through a couple bales every 2 or 3 days, but that's not bad. And once we open this up and there's 34 and a half acres total to graze, then we won't have to do this next year, okay? We will seed, and overseed. So the kicker here is the cows are like, or the donkeys are like straight through the woods right there. We're coming up the backside here. One of my favorite things to do, and always has been, is to watch these cows run for food, breakfast. But when I say run, it's not a dangerous run. They're not gonna get hurt, nothing like that, because most of them are bred or about to give birth. But it's one of my favorite things to do. The cows are about 700 feet that way. And they just watched me feed the steers in the other pen. They haven't learned yet. That I drive around and come in the back gate, because this is brand new to them. But I'm curious. I think eventually they'll figure it out and this won't work. I don't think they figured it out yet. We can spy on them, so hang on a second. Come on, cow. Junebug. you say, pretty lady? Someone knows a shortcut. Tipsy. Easy. Miss Bonnie. So there's cubes all around here. It's a bag and a half. It's more than enough. You only need about 5 to 8 pounds of cow. A bag is 50 pounds. Like I said, we've got 14 in here. There's 4 babies, so that gives you 10 on the nose. So each one of them get plenty of cubes. Plenty. Miss Junebug here. Got a few flies on them. As long as they're not in their face, we're all right. And honestly, the Highlands don't even feel them. Neither's Frank. Nothing on their face. And this is why we do the cubes too. They could honestly, I'll get back to you here in a second. Yeah, I'll get back to you here in a second. They could honestly get by on just hay, but I like to give them cubes so I can come up and look at them. Just checking everybody out. Beans. Beans. Hey, buddy. Phineas. What's up, buddy? What's he doing? Miss Belle, MJ. That's not blood. I know. Miss Belle don't like to be touched while she's eating. She's doing work. It's not blood, it's the milkweed, pokeweed, whatever you want to call it. Nellie. Honey. What you doing, young lady? I know, can't come up behind you. Spin around here. What's up, buddy? What you doing? What you doing? Did you get some cake? Did you get some cake? Yeah, you did, didn't you? You got some cake, man. That's a boy. That's a boy. This is our resident guard donkey. Wild as a jackrabbit when we got him. Took off running to the neighbors. This was a couple years ago. Took off running to the neighbors. Had to go stay over there. And they actually calmed him down with Dollar General like cookies, man. Now he's just calm as all can get out. He'd hop in the side by side if I left the door open. Amazing donkey. Healthy too, man. From what I've learned, a donkey's health is solely reliant on the back of their neck. You do not want that to get fat. It can fold over. Whew, it's bad news. Easy. We've got one donkey that you saw in the top pasture, or the grow pen, if you will. And he's got a little bit of a fat neck. I don't know if he'll ever shed that. But that's why we don't overfeed them. They get hay, that way they kind of eat at their own rate. And we make sure it's always there, that way he doesn't eat like he's starving. Like he's always got food, so he's just able to hang on to it. Somebody looks, she got a little bit of a bag to her, which would be about right. And it's about 30 days after we moved here. We brought the bull in. There's Beans. Beans. What you doing, buddy? He's really coming into his own. Drinking out of the big boy trough. Yeah, we just make sure that they have food all the time. That way there's no like aggressive eating. Like this is just what we call the poking order, like pecking order. Just a poking order every time we get a newbie. Speaking of newbies, no news other than, are we looking frothy? I don't see any waxing going on. There's either an Angus in there from the farm she came from, or there's a Longhorn in there from the farm she came from, or she's bred to that guy and she's 6 months along. It's so crazy, man, but we're swollen big time. The bag is huge. I don't see how in this world there ain't a baby in there now. And she's just holding out. So we'll see. We'll see. She's 12 years old though. It's not her first go around. Look at him. Look at him. See, Glory, don't you want to do that again? Don't you want a little boy run around? Or heifer, it don't matter. I prefer a heifer. Preferably not an Angus heifer, Angus Longhorn heifer. I prefer one as pretty as you. I would. Yep. All right. We're gonna go do some busy work. In case anybody was wondering, June has not bawled for Frank one bit. Frank actually has not bawled for June at all. He just bawls when he hears me calling because he wants to eat. But he just had food. So he's bawling for no reason. You guys just watched me feed him. He's eating my fescue. No, I'm just kidding. He can't eat enough to make a dent. He or she, but aren't there always two of them? All right, I'm gonna show you guys something here in a minute. Might go in and get Miss Ray to talk about it. We'll see. Hang on a minute. Glory's over there just snack-a-lacking. I think she's just a big girl. I'm gonna be honest.
She's a big girl.
Speaking of big girls. Oh. It's okay, buddy. It's not gonna rain, is it?
No.
Man. What's going on? It's been a few hours. Everything's okay. I'm just really sad that it's not raining. But it rained all around us 2 days in a row. Like, what did it rain here yesterday for like
it's sprinkled.
5 minutes?
Sprinkled for a minute. That's it.
Yep.
We didn't get any of the rain that we were supposed to get, which we were supposed to get.
We're supposed to get 2 or 3 days of like 70% chance.
We were.
And we didn't get anything. And it's gone. It's over. Now it just says like, what, mid-80s for the next 5 or 6 days and cloudy.
Yep.
Well, a couple things to note when I was in there editing. I'm going to start doing this because I like answering you guys' questions, especially when you make it to the end. Finn has a snotty nose. It happens every time there's a shift in the temperature. 1 or 2 of them will get a snotty nose. It's just like a kid with allergies or something like that. It'll clear up. If it doesn't, he'll get antibiotics. So got that taken care of. Oh, Frank and Taters, I am going to get them a trough because I fed the donkeys in the trough because they really can't eat off the ground like the cows. Plus, that pasture's just different. Every animal that's been over there, including the alpacas and the goats, had a trough. Now there's only one trough, but there's 2 different sets of animals, and the cows and donkeys are not going to share as well. We'll get them a trough. What was the other one? fescue. I don't want to talk about it because it's not raining. And
Fly rope was on there.
fly rope, yeah. So many of you have asked, I've hit them with the ivermectin several times, the fly spray, but I just don't like soaking them with it. They seem to really not like it. I worry about skin irritation. And if the flies aren't in their face, I don't do it. The reason you see them on our cows in particular, their horns, it's kind of gross, but it's like, what's that material your fingernails are made out of? Chitin?
Yeah, keratin.
Keratin. What's chitin? Is that a bad word?
I don't know.
Keratin. I learned that today.
Keratin, though. Your hair.
But anyway,
nails.
their horns are growing. The flies get on there and eat that. Believe it or not, that's what they're doing. It's disgusting.
Their horns are made out of keratin.
Correct.
And they're hollow. That's why. That's
But
why
like
they're not
June's,
like heavy on their heads.
June's are growing like a lot, and that's why.
They flake too.
Yeah.
It's like dead skin.
It's semi a good sign because it means they're all getting enough food to grow. I mean, we've got some really healthy, pretty shiny coats. They're not starving whatsoever, and they're getting ready to get an additional 15.5 acres, give or take. So we're really excited about it. When we opened up the other 15 acres, that back gate that you saw us going through, I am going to get one of those fly ropes. And I'll probably feed them on either side of it, so they have to come through there. That's my plan right now.
That's a good idea.
Rhett from 100 Acre Highlands, he got a new oiler as well. And of course he's got Highlands. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll work for ours. So I may look into getting one of those as well. But the flies are also, if it gets colder, they will go away here in about 60 days. I don't want to keep, I don't neglect it. I don't want you to think that. Nobody's said anything, called me. Everybody says something about flies every video. It's okay. I just want you to know that we're not ignoring it. I just don't want to hit them every single day or whatever about all that. And half a dozen of them have fly tags.
Yeah,
I don't
not
know
all of
how long
them,
they last, but
you can tell there's less flies around the face on the ones that do have fly tags, but they still have flies on them. A lot of flies.
And the people, you can't beat flies, but I just don't want them on their face. They whip their tails. Cows do that. They whip their tails. They do it all the time. I think that's why God gave them tails. I don't understand why else they have them, because I know some of y'all eat the cow tail, but that's gross. Just had kind of a lazy day. It's been kind of nice.
It's Labor Day weekend. So
It is Labor Day weekend. So to all the laborers out there, we sincerely appreciate you. Yeah, you want to see the back of the storm that's not raining on us? That's it. Right over there. It's, look at all that. Look at all that.
You know how you look at a storm radar or like the rain radar and your blue dots right there? The past 2 days we've had so much rain around us. It was like green all around our blue dot, even close. And then it just like, our blue dot just like went right in the middle.
It was like we had a force field.
I'm serious. This radar was the wildest thing I'd ever seen. And I'm like, we're not going to get rain at our house. It is all around us, but we're not going to get rain right here. And we never did.
So, anyway.
It's sprinkled, but yeah.
That's tough. I did mention to Ray too, we're going to look into some rain catchment too, because we're going to put I don't know what rain we're going to catch because it doesn't do that here, but we're going to look into catching rain over in the grow out pen because it's really easy and we've already got a structure over there. And, they did say you didn't actually drown your plants. The salt may have done it.
Oh.
So you're semi off the hook.
I do overwater, and it's like Super Dave. I'm going to mention him because he said, Ray, water under your plant, not over the plants in the last chat. And I was like, I actually know that, but I too am like, it's really hot outside. And then I'll like water my plants and then I'm frying them.
She drowned them. She cooked them.
They're wet and then it's hot. And so
they're baked.
It's okay.
Speaking of baked though, you did bake us some cookies today.
Good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yep. All right. That's what we know. I believe there was a clip right before you saw this where they were all huddled around one of the water troughs. It's because I'm telling you, they know the difference in that soft water and the hard water. And that was the first time that they had that hard water and they were all over it. So I think that's it. We're going to hang out and relax this weekend. We hope you all are too. So y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. Deuces.